throwing shit at the pilot. Niggas be broken, be sobbing, but still talking shit like they violent. Niggas is broke. No, I am not sucking Curry's dick. But seriously, Steph Curry has been the most underappreciated superstar of this year. And that's weird since last year, he was arguably overappreciated. Now he's underappreciated? Let me explain. Steph Curry, ever since the 2016 NBA Finals, has been honestly one of the most hated athletes, if not the most hated athlete I have seen since LeBron in 2010. And to me, none of it is really justified. Name me one time where Steph directly has said anything or done anything that was either offensive or was simply the cause of his actions. The closest I can think of is him looking away before the shot even goes in. But come on, we've seen guys like Nick Young and Kemba Walker do this, except they fail and Curry makes it. But seriously, I can't think of any, because in the finals, it was Ayesha Curry that said the NBA Finals were rigged, not Steph. I'm sorry, but Steph is just playing the game. He can't control her words, and not saying that it was rigged. It definitely was not. I repeat, it definitely was not. But I did remember seeing some calls that would make you frustrated, even if you are the calm and collected Steph Curry. When they won the championship in 2015, it was Draymond that said this.
Cavaliers? Nope. We won? Yeah. They suck? Yeah. We here? Yeah. They not? Nope.
When the Warriors were up in the finals last year, it was Klay Thompson that said LeBron was soft, not Steph Curry.
I don't know how the man feels, or I guess his feelings just got hurt.
It was Joe Lacob, not Steph Curry, that said they were light years in advance. He didn't vote to be the first unanimous MVP. It was the media. He didn't say he was better than Isaiah Thomas. It was ESPN. Yeah, he helped pitch to KD, but if you're in his position, why wouldn't you want an MVP in his prime on your team? And at the end of the day, it was Kevin Durant's call to join the team, not Steph Curry. It's not his fault Westbrook didn't get the starting spot in the All-Star game. It's the fans, the media, and the players' fault. Literally all Steph has been doing is just playing the game and having fun. The people around him is what's caused all this hate. Yes, he did underperform in the finals. And yes, being the reigning back-to-back MVP, there is no excuse for you to blow a 3-1 lead with 2 of the last 3 games on your home court. But still, I don't get why people hate Steph Curry when all this attention, all these opinions were not really caused by him directly. But going into this season, Steph was not liked. He simply wasn't. It became popular to give the formerly unpopular opinion that Steph Curry is overrated. And it became unpopular to praise Steph Curry in any way. The roles switched. And from what I've seen throughout the season, no one has really recognized what Steph has done this season. Now, disclaimer, I am not saying that Steph is the MVP. He's not even top 5 in my books. But damn, all people have done throughout the season is just try to roast him. First, let's look at his stats. Steph Curry this season is averaging 25 points, 6.5 assists, 4.5 rebounds on 47% shooting from the field, 41% from 3, and 90% from the free throw line. Now, I don't know about you, but does that seem like a down year? There has been a lot of narrative throughout the season that Steph is having a quote-unquote down year. I mean, if we look at this year's numbers compared to his first MVP year, they are very comparable, if not better in some areas. And yes, I know they aren't as good compared to last year, but damn, last year was one of the greatest MVP seasons of all time. Before this year, and seeing what Russ and Harden are doing, some people were calling it the most dominant MVP season of all time. The man was averaging 30 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds with 2 steals, shooting 90% from the free throw line, 50% from the field, and 45% from the three-point line. What were you expecting from him this year? Another unanimous MVP season? Were you really expecting him to average the same stats as last year? That's just insane if you were. It's not a down year. It's just a year that doesn't rack up to his best, because his best is one of the greatest seasons of all time. Now let's look at the adjustments Steph has had to make. because I don't really think people know the sacrifice that Steph has had to make this season. First of all, we all know when a big three forms, when a super team forms, there's always that one guy that takes a hit. And usually it's the least talented guy. But Steph was that guy for this team. He'll let Clay get his shots, and he's actually shooting more this year compared to last year. Draymond is taking less shots, but again, this is a big four and he was affected somewhat. But mostly, his game has not really changed. Obviously, KD has gotten his. And to be honest, ever since he came, their whole offense has gone from revolving around Steph to revolving around KD. Him and the team turned the keys to KD. That's already a big sacrifice in itself. And throughout the season, Steph has had to get used to this, alongside with all the undeserved hate he's been getting. Then after the ball finally got rolling, KD got injured. Steph had to adjust again, and his adjustment and his play got them a 13+ game winning streak, locked up the best record in the season. And now KD's back and Steph has to adjust again. Not saying that the others didn't have to adjust as well, but when you're the reigning MVP and you're considered by many the face of the franchise, it's definitely a little harder compared to the other guys. Look man, all I have to say is this: not enough people really appreciate what Steph did this season. And I get it, it wasn't as good as last year. There are other players that deserve more love this year, like Russ, Harden, LeBron, Kawhi, Isaiah, who are peaking right now like Steph was last year. But the consequence of that is we just took Steph's abilities and his season for granted. Like, seriously, that's what we did. But with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video and I am out. Peace.